Are you ready, guys? Andrew Wu is so excited! Glad to hear that! Hey Eric, Era, RD. Hey Stanley. Glad to hear that, Spider-Man. Thank you, Pile Bricks. GA Gaming, don't spam the chat or I will have to put you in timeout. Epic Crafters, welcome back to the live stream of Epic Cardboard Props, the only channel that aims to teach you how to make mind-blowing props from movies and TV shows like these ones. I'm Raphael, I'm the owner of this channel, and today is going to be a Q&A session live stream where I'm going to answer all of your questions. I used to do that all the week, every week, on Wednesday at 11 AM Eastern time. Every week I'm doing, like 1 hour where I'm answering questions about my props, about, crafting with cardboard, about maybe you're making something out of cardboard, maybe you're making one of my tutorials videos, and because I know that you know, I'm aware that they are not the easiest tutorial that you could do, because, you know, that level of accuracy with cardboard can be tricky from time to time, and even with the templates. I know I provide the templates, but even using the templates, sometimes it might be difficult for you to do this prop. So here today is going to be a live stream where I'm gonna answer your questions about these props. If you have questions about them, that's a great moment to ask me, and that's weird because most of the time I don't get that much question about my tutorial videos, so I think it's a good news. Maybe I think because they are quite clear, or maybe you're afraid, I don't know. So don't be afraid to ask questions about my tutorial videos, about, you know, techniques, or about a specific, because I know that many of you are working at the moment on my props, because, you know, I'm aware of it. So yeah, so don't hesitate to ask your question about it. I'd like to say hello to some people in the chat before starting this live stream, to say, okay, so I'm gonna welcome Judderbroad 2008, who's here, Zayed Ali, Basil Jason, Joss Thomas, sorry, hi. GA Gaming, I had to put you in timeout, GA Gaming, because you spammed the chat like a lot. Sorry about that, but yeah, you deserved it. Sorry. I hope when you'll be back, you won't spam the chat that much. Hey, Louis Van Elzaker, Andrew Wu, Rune SM, Louis Van Elzaker, Diego Ruiz. Hey, Diego Ruiz, good to see you here again. Basil Jason. Okay, random sneeze. Zayed Ali, Rune SM, okay. Deassembler, hey Deassembler, good to see you here. Okay, so that's great. So the way it works, there is a form There is a form in the description box below for you to ask your questions, because you can put your question in the chat if you want to, and if I see your questions in the chat, I will answer them. But you know, most of the time it's difficult to find out the questions between the other comments, and also because I'm watching a lot the lens and, you know, the not always the chat. So the best way to have your questions answered is by putting them in the form that is in the description box below. And surprisingly, today I have no question in the form so far, so go ahead right now if you want your questions answered. There is a form for that in the description box below. Go ahead right now. And because it works on a first come first serve basis, so if you put your question now, you'll be the first to be answered too. Okay, how to make any cardboard things easily, please tell. Any cardboard things? That's a very wide question. How do you want me to answer to that question? Because it's not precise. Yeah, you have many ways to make anything out of cardboard. There are a lot of people that making a lot of things out of cardboard. I have my own ways to make things out of cardboard. They are quite tricky. That's why I'm providing templates, and that's why all my videos are templates based, because, you know, I can't just, like a lot of YouTubers, put the measurements into the videos with you know, how to cut every single pieces instructions into the videos, because the videos will be 3-4 hours long at the very least, and I'm not joking about that. That's why I provide templates, because this life-size templates allows you to make anything of my channel, even if you're not a professional press maker, because I did the job for you. I did 70% of the job for you, and I know that I'm charging for them, but I'm not doing, because sometimes I get that weird question on this YouTube channel. Sometimes people think that I do make templates just to steal your money, guys, which is so crazy, because when I started this YouTube channel, they were totally free for about a year and a half, and it was working exactly the same way. It's just that at some point I had to find a way to make money from this YouTube channel, except that YouTube, because YouTube doesn't pay much, you have to know that. So you know, otherwise I would have stopped all of this way long time ago. I have to be honest with you guys. So yeah, so that's why I started to charge for the templates, and I think they are quite cheap. So I try to keep them cheap, but I know that it can be expensive depending where you are living in the world. I live in London, so everything is quite expensive here. So, you know, sometimes I don't realize that. So yeah, but I digress. I digress a lot. I don't remember where I started and where I was answering. Yeah, because you asked me how to make anything out of cardboard. Yeah, I have my way to make things out of cardboard here. They are quite tricky. The techniques I use to make my props are quite tricky. That's why I provide templates, and I just told about that. But yeah, so I couldn't explain everything here, but I'm gonna do several. I think in the future I will do, like, you know, a series of videos about how I make these templates. You know, maybe I'm not sure it's gonna be public, because it's gonna be very painful to watch. I think, you know, you don't realize how much work I put in these templates. You know, it's techniques, a lot of calculation, mathematics. I use several softwares, so you know, it's a nightmare to make these props. That's why I provide these templates, because, you know, you don't have to do that. You just have to, you know, transfer the templates on your cardboard, cutting the pieces and assembling the pieces as I show in the tutorial videos, which is, the top of the iceberg, so to say. Okay, so I have 3 questions in the form. 3 questions in the form already. Finally. And the first question is from the assembler. Good to see you here, assembler. I already said that to you in the chat, but yeah, that's great to see you. Your first question. But I don't. Okay, so no. Sorry, I think you put your question, but you're not the first. I'm gonna answer someone before you because I was mixed up in my form. So I'm gonna answer the first question in the form, which was the first one to ask the question in the form. The assembler will be the next or the one after. Is from Baldini Film Studios. He asked, "How did you get into the film industry?" That's a question. I don't get that question a lot actually, and that's a good one. That's a fair one. I should say. So for me it's a thing, and I think it's the case for a lot of people like me. That I grew up as a cinema lovers. I almost say I grew up in the movie industry, but it's not true because I'm not the son of an actor or realizator or something. No, my parents have nothing to do with cinema. Except that my father is huge fan of movies like me, and that's why I think I was a huge fan of movies and cinemas at a very early age because of my father. And so I just started to do. I started a cinema school in Paris when I was 20 after my military services in Switzerland. My cat is. You hear that? That's one of my cats. So I started after my cinema school. No, after my military services in Switzerland because I grew up in Switzerland, guys. I went to Paris, which is in France next to Switzerland, and I started the cinema school, and that's I did these 3 years of cinema school and I was diploma. From that I got a diploma as a director in the movie industry, and I started to do job after that because I needed to make money to live in Paris, and Paris is crazy expensive. So I started to work as a Steadicam operator in Paris, and I kept working as a Steadicam operator and director too from time to time for my own stuff for 15 years. And now I live in London. I came to London. I moved to London about 4 years ago. And so it's for me it's a long thing, I always been a cinema lover, and when I decided to go in Paris, it was I thought that all of my dreams came true, when I was accepted in this prestigious, because it was a kind of very cool cinema school in Paris. I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna be a star. And we quickly realized that you have to work a lot. And I work as a Steadicam operator first. And I did. I had quite a cool career in Paris, and so I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, that's such a tricky one. Okay, so the next question is from Run SM, and the question is, have you been working on the Boba Fett jetpack yet? I have to be honest with you guys. I know that it's probably your case. I told a lot of people on this YouTube channel when I did my series about Boba Fett armor that I was going to make the jetpack and jetpack. Jetpack. But the problem is that I have a lot of things to do, and the jetpack is still on my to-do list, and it's a small one actually, because the jetpack is going just a modification of the Mandalorian jetpack I already made, because they are very, very similar. So I'm not gonna do the entire videos again. I'm just gonna do a modification video about the one I already made. So you just have to do the jetpack as a Mandalorian, and at like 80% of the process, you just have to switch to the modification video to make the Boba Fett jetpack. But yeah. So I'm gonna do that. It's planned. I already have, as you can see, I already thought about all the process and how to do that. But the thing is that I'm hiring an editor at the moment, so it's slowing everything a bit now because I'm this process, and because I want to make Darth Vader helmet before the start of the series, Kenobi. In 3 parts, it's going to be one of the biggest, the most challenging prop I ever made on this YouTube channel, the Darth Vader helmet. I'm gonna make this one. So it may take a while for me to make the jetpack, these little videos. I don't know. Maybe I will do it before, because I have to make a small one before because of the situation I'm in at the moment. So I don't know. I can't say. I'm sorry about that. It might be, not the next one for sure because I'm not working on this one now, but it might be the next after. I don't know. We'll see. But it's on my to-do list. Don't worry, guys. The jetpack, Boba Fett jetpack, is going to be on this YouTube channel at some point. Next question is from the Assembler. Finally, the Assembler. So the question is, so you made the Stormtrooper helmet. That's awesome. And the question is, have you gotten started on the Darth Vader, on the Vader helmet, on the Moon Knight mask yet? If so, how far along are you? If not, will you start soon? So that's a great question. I've just talked about the Darth Vader helmet, so I think you got your answer here. And about the Moon Knight mask, that's a great question because I'm working on it at the moment. Actually, I already started the build, and I'm halfway through. I already designed all the templates, and now I'm gonna start the process where I'm recording me assembling the pieces, which is, the top of the iceberg, as I always say. So yeah, it should be in a week and a half on my YouTube channel, and I think it's gonna end. Surprisingly, not surprisingly, but it's gonna be quite easy, I think, to make. So I hope you're gonna enjoy it. By the way, have you enjoyed, the first episode of the Moon Knight show series? Because I watched it and I really liked it. I don't know you, but I know it's a bit special. It's not standard. It's if you're a big fan of Marvel and the Avengers, all of this, I am, but I'm open to other things as well. But if you're very focused on the Avengers, that kind of thing, I'm not sure you're gonna like it. Well, maybe, I don't know, but because it's not exactly like that, but it's so far. I don't know the BD. I don't know the comics. Sorry, at all. I've never read it, so everything I know is from the first episode I've watched. Or maybe it's gonna turn to something else after that. I don't know. But so far, I think it's quite original. Like it was a mix between Fight Club and superheroes movie. So I loved it for the moment. But yeah, let me know in the chat if you watch the Moon Knight first episode already. You don't spoil. I don't like the spoil, and my moderator is gonna put you in time out if you spoiled the episodes here. But just let me know in the chat if you watched the first episode already, and even if you don't watch already, just let me know in the chat if you don't watch it as well. If you didn't watch it so far, if you haven't watched it yet, let me know in the chat. I'm repeating myself a lot because I'm struggling a lot with my broken English. Sorry about that. Hey Luis Orozco, good to see you here again. Hello Epic Crafter, sorry for arriving late. That's okay, don't worry. But I'm glad you're here. I have to put someone in time out without you when I started this live stream. I'm joking. That's okay, don't worry, Luis. That's cool. I know that it's not even. I haven't even. When I made you a moderator, Luis, I even told you that you were not. It wasn't obligation for you to moderate the live stream. So of course I'm joking. So, but that's cool that you moderate the live stream because you're doing such a good job. Okay. So the next question from the forum is from. Hey. Quoi? What? My cat is make his noise. I don't know why. Hey, Marie Laugh with Cat is in the chat. Is in the here. Marie Laugh with Cat. Marie on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen it in the chat. Is from Ukraine, but she had to flee Ukraine because of the situations. Obviously, because of the situation. And I think she is in Finland now with her families. With her family, so yeah. So if you see her in the chat, support her, give him some love because she's living through some quite tough times at the moment. Like a lot of many Ukrainians. That's so full. I don't know if you've seen what's happened at Butcher in Ukraine. I was shocked about it, but I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I know I'm not here to talk about. But that's terrible what is happening about that. Terrible. I'm shocked all day long. I have the news on my screen, when I'm working and I'm watching stuff, and sometimes I even have to stop, to switch off because I'm so, it's so horrible, basically. So Marie is in the chat here, and I hope you're safe. And so the question is, what is your favorite prop you made? So the favorite prop I made, I think you know that already, because you've been there a lot, and I always say that the Xenomorph thread is probably my favorite props I've made so far. I don't know if it's the only one. I love my props, of course, but the Xenomorph head I did which is, you know, Alien, the alien head from Alien, Alien Covenant, actually, to be precise, is one of my favorite because it was the first time I was making anything that organic. You know, before that I used to make, you know, shield, weapons, that kind of stuff. And when I decided to make the Xenomorph thread, something that is alive, I was like, you know, from cardboard. I was like, you know, is it gonna work to do that? You know, so I wasn't sure about all of this, and I was so happy at the end because when I feel like it turned out pretty cool, great actually for me, in my opinion. So that's why it's one of my favorite. And of course, after that, I did a lot of things similar, like, you know, that is alive, like the T-Rex Red, Dragon's Red, and many more. So yeah, of course, but yeah, the Xenomorph Red I think is the one. Okay, so I'm gonna answer the next question. So I hope that answered the question, Marie. I hope you're safe, and yeah, I hope you're safe. And don't hesitate to give me some news from time to time in the comments of my YouTube videos, or even on this live stream, or during, you know, because I just like to know that you and your family are safe now. Okay. So next question. The next question is from Mohamed Newman, your fan. Okay, so the question is, so he made Boba Fett. No, he made Boba Fett get helmet, full Mongo suit, and lightsaber. Okay, and the question is, what's your next prop, and can you make Spider-Man mask in the future build? I used to say that. So my next prop is going to be the Moon Knight mask. I'm working on it at the moment. I hope you're gonna enjoy it because I have, you know, a lot of fun at making it, and I'm about halfway through. So I think it should be on my YouTube channel very soon. So yeah, if I could make Spider-Man mask, yeah, I used to say that I couldn't because it's fabric stuff, and you know, fabric is difficult to mimic in you know, out of cardboard. But I've seen people making it out of cardboard with a frame, art frame out of cardboard or foam or even wood, and you know, they just, you know, I think it turned out great. So I think I may make the Spider-Man mask at some point. I will have to think about a way to do it out of cardboard. Yeah, I think I will probably at some point, but I don't know when. It's not planned for the moment, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, next question. The next question is from Challenger, and he made the Thor's hammer, the Mjolnir. I think I pronounced it correctly. Did I pronounce it correctly? I'm not sure. I always bad at pronouncing, you know, with the name of this hammer. I don't know why. I have a challenge for you. Yeah, okay. So that doesn't work, Challenger. So he challenged me to give 5 subscribers to everyone in the chat, which doesn't make sense because it's not something that I can do. You have to know that I can't give you 5 subscribers. It doesn't work. So yeah, so that, in addition to that, it's against the rule of YouTube as well. So don't do that. Don't do YouTube, you know, YouTube, you know, share. Sub for sub or that kind of stuff. It doesn't work on YouTube, and it's not allowed by YouTube as well. So that's just a waste of your time. Don't do that. It's just a waste of your time. Don't do that, guys. Yeah. Next question. The next question is from Unknown Guys. Love your name. And so the question is good cash for other craft video. I wish you have. Okay, so I don't know what you mean, Gooch. Craft, just say Unknown Guys in your video. I wish you have more than 1 million subscribers. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But I won't do, you know, if I have to say the name of everyone on this YouTube channel into my videos, because I got that question a lot. You know, a lot of people want shout out. And I know why people want shout out, because they think that they're going to be famous just, you know, like that. But that doesn't work that way. If I do that, you will get maybe 10 subscribers, and these subscribers wouldn't even watch what you're doing because they subscribe because of me, and they won't be into what you do, so they won't watch. YouTube is gonna see that, and YouTube then is not gonna promote the videos to the subscribers, and YouTube is gonna hide you on the back of YouTube somewhere, and you know, so don't do that as well. Okay, next question. The next question is from L Gaming, and so he's working. Okay, he's not working on the prop at the moment. And the question is, have you made a Darth Vader helmet at lightsaber? The Darth Vader helmet, as I said, I was talking a little bit about it earlier on this live stream. You know, it's a work in process. I want to make it before the release of the first episode of Kenobi. You know, the series, the shows that is gonna be. I think it's coming in May 25 or 27 of May. So it should be posted like on 20. I want to it. I'm working on that. But yeah, so the Darth Vader is gonna be on my YouTube channel soon if everything is going well. And the lightsaber, I already made one. I made the Kylo Ren lightsaber already, and I may make more lightsaber in the future. So yeah, I will make for sure more lightsaber actually. It's just a matter of time. And so yeah, so I think okay. I don't have more questions in the form, so don't hesitate to put your question in the form. I'm gonna, and by the way, Luis, if you can drop from time to time, telling people that the best way to ask your question is in the form, just to let people know, especially the new ones that are arriving here on the live streams. That would be great. Okay, so okay. So what's the assembler? Okay, so if you have questions, you can ask. I'm gonna answer some questions from the chat from now on for the next 5-10 minutes maybe. So let me know in the chat if you have questions. I don't know how my nose is touchy. I don't know why. That's not good to do that during live, but sorry. Okay. Question: can you make 10 main weapons? I don't know what it is. After the castle, I want to tackle doors to go with it. Hot glue, tab glue, and paint. Okay. Can you make Kenobi's lightsaber? Yeah, maybe. I will think about it. I think it's Kenobi or maybe Luke. I don't know. Maybe I will do Luke's lightsaber before. I'm not sure. It would be great to make this one. So yeah, we'll see. But I plan to make a series of them. It's just they are so time consuming to make, and I have to go YouTube channel as well, so it's always a matter of choice. I have to take into account what is trending, what you want me to do, which is not always a lightsaber. So yeah, but I plan to make more of them. Okay, so I have a new question in the form. So the next question from the form is from okay. Okay, so that's a funny one. So the question is from my pet cat. So the question is from the cat that is here. That's what he wrote. And he said, "Hi Raphael, give me some food to eat and stop making annoying noise to me." That's true. That's exactly what he says. Exactly what he says. He want food, and I think most of all he want some cuddle. It's always always like when I watch when I cross her gaze, all direct he comes to me, like. He's so and I have 4 of them like that. I have 4 cats, guys. That's why I'm always struggling to removing hair cats. I'm always I have a brush to remove hair cats, and my cats are, by the way, if you have to know, 3 of my cats are white, and I'm always wearing dark stuff, so I'm always with hair cats on my shirt. I'm always removing them, but no matter what we do here, there are always haircuts everywhere. I think if you have cats, you probably know that because it's a very common thing. Okay. Have you ever been contacted by a studio about your work? You mean as a steady camera operator? Or? No, I think you mean as a YouTuber. Not as a YouTuber. As a YouTuber, I've never been contacted by a studio about my props. I have been... Yeah, actually, I've been lately contacted for an event for Star Wars games, the next Star Wars games in USA, in USA. So they wanted me to make a props for them and to expose it in USA, and it wasn't really paid. It was mostly exposure for me to be there because it was a big thing. But I live in London, and I was like, yeah, that's great. But if I have to, if it's not really paid, then I have to travel over there with my props and make a thing for you. There's going to be a lot of too much work for me to do that, and it was quite a big thing. But yeah, I said no eventually. Maybe in the future when I will have more momentum, I'll be able to do that kind of stuff without bothering about that kind of thing. If it's not paid enough and that kind of stuff. But now I would have to buy a ticket, like very expensive ticket to go to America. And so yeah, so I had that kind of stuff from time to time, but yeah, not really studio about that wanted me to work with them on a movie or something about making props out of cardboard, which is a little bit weird. So no, not really. But yeah, maybe one day. Yeah, there are a lot of YouTubers that are I don't know if you saw Free Guys with Ryan Reynolds. There are some YouTubers that were in it, famous YouTuber, of course, bigger YouTuber than me, and and that's the kind of stuff I would love to do someday. But when you are just 150,000 subscribers, they don't really reach to you because you don't have enough exposure for them to, it's not very useful. So, but when, if one day I have, 1 million or 2 million subscribers and, a studio ask me to do an apparition in movies, I will say yes directly. And of course, I'm not an actor, but I'm a YouTuber and I've been working in the cinema industry for 15 years. So I would say yes, and I think I will be able to do a pretty good job at it. But yeah, I think it's not gonna happen anytime soon. But it would be very cool, though. I agree. It would be very, very cool to do that. Okay, next question is from Al Gaming 01. And so he's not working on the prop. The question is, have you made your own Mandalorian helmet? By the way, can you please shout out me out? But yeah, but I've just did your shout out, Al Gaming 01. Okay, have you made a Mandalorian helmet on Mandalorian? I think you didn't see that. You have it here. This is the Mandalorian helmet that I've made on my YouTube channel. The tutorial videos is on my YouTube channel already. And I use cardboard to do the visors because this channel is all about cardboard and the challenge is cardboard. And when I'm always when I have to do something that is as important like that, if I had to use plastic or something else, I always feel like it's a kind of stretch. And so I did it out of cardboard. But if you make this helmet, don't hesitate to make that part out of one-way glass or something. Plastic, that's very cheap. You can buy that on Amazon, and I may do a tutorial about it someday anyways, but yeah, I try to avoid it because of it's cardboard. It's a big cardboard prop, so yeah. But yeah, I did it already. It's here, and you'll find my YouTube these tutorial videos on my YouTube channel as well. Of course. Next question is from Kamar Abbas. Hey Kamar Abbas, good to see you here again. The question is, so he made Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda, and the question is, what are you making next? As I already said that, I'm working on a Moon Knight mask, and it's not gonna be with glowing eyes. I know that some people would like to see that, but I would have to use LED and stuff that are not cardboard at all for so yes, and it's not my thing here. So but yeah, it's gonna be quite cool and quite easy to make actually. So that's cool. That's great. Okay, next question is from Mohamed Numan, your fan again. And the question is, I know a good way to make Spider-Man mask out of cardboard. Better is make Iron Man Spider-Man mask. It is easier to make it with cardboard and it won't be providing leather, it's just cardboard. Okay, yeah, but that's great. Good for you if you know the best way to do it out of cardboard. Don't hesitate to do tutorial videos if you can. I think a lot of people would like to see that. Okay, so I'm gonna have a look in the chat to see if you have questions in the chat because I said earlier that I was answering questions from the chat and I didn't. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna look for the questions. And by the way, if you have questions and you want to put them in the chat and not in the form, put them in the chat with an hashtag questions in front of them so I'm able to find out the questions between the other comments easier. Okay. Sorry for the caps. Okay. Make a full body dragon, Batman helmet, and Iron Man mark. Well, yeah, okay, I'll think about it. Thanks for the suggestions. My girlfriend just introduced me to Moon Knight show. Pretty interesting. Yeah, John, that's great. Good to see you here, by the way, John. Yeah, that's a cool one. That's a cool series. There is a weird thing when you're French. I don't know if French tend to say like a lot. I know that it's a thing everywhere in the world, but French do that a lot, and that's so annoying. It's even annoying me when I hear that. I'm like, stop doing that. And I do that a lot, especially when I'm struggling in English, even more. So I hope that's not too annoying for you, but yeah. That's great that your girlfriend introduced you to Moon Knight because I think it's gonna be a cool show. The first episode was very cool. Okay, so the next question I have from the farm is from Shuncraft is here, guys. Shuncraft is in the house. I think you're the house. Or are you fake? I'm not sure it's you. If you're here, Shun, say hello in the chat. I think it's not you. So it's session craft, but yeah, the question, this is not a question, it's just hey, I don't, so I think it's just a spam. I think Sean wouldn't have done that. Pretty sure about it. Okay. Hi from Ukraine. Oh, you're from Ukraine. Yeah, that's a situation. I'm happy that you let me know in the chat if you're okay. I know that the situation in Ukraine is terrible at the moment. So yeah. Oh, I love Free Guys. Great theme. Yeah, Free Guys is a good one. I love too. It's very funny. I love Ryan Reynolds in in any film, any movies he did actually, because if Ryan Reynolds is in a movie, the movie is, even if the movie is not that great, thanks to him, you have a minimum level of qualities. I think is that great, which is good. It's a little bit the case for I've seen the Adam Project. The Adam Project is the story, the plot is quite cool. The starting of it is very compelling, but it tends to be after that a little bit like, yeah, okay, that's fun, But thanks to Ryan Reynolds and even the other actors, because there are some great actors in this movie, even if the plots tend to be to get a little bit boring, a little bit. I don't know if it's just my opinion. Yeah, but the thing is kind of great thanks to Ryan Reynolds in the performance in the movie and the other actors as well, actually. So yeah. Do you ever think of moving on from YouTube? No, I don't. No, actually, I'm doing the exact opposite. Actually, I'm all in now. I switched full time on YouTube like 3-4 months, no, more than that. I think 4-5 months ago. I switched full time on YouTube. Before that, I was still working as a steady camera operator in the movie industries here in London and in Paris still. And because I wasn't able to to work full time on YouTube, because YouTube it's a lot of work and YouTube doesn't pay much. So even with the templates, it wasn't that it wasn't really enough. It's very expensive to live in London here, but now I'm okay with that, because my channel got momentum, and that's great. And now I'm about to hiring an editor to do editing for me here, which is going to help me to make more videos, which is my goal. Which has been my goal for a long time, because now I'm about I'm publishing like 1 tutorials a month, sometimes 2, but most of the time is one tutorials a month, which is annoying me, because my first goal on this YouTube channel were to post at least 1 tutorials a week, which I quickly realized that I wouldn't be able to do so because they are too complicated to create from scratch. So yeah. The next question is from Mohamed Numar, your fan. And the question is, how do you make your prop clean? It will be helpful. What do you mean? You have to be a little bit more precise when you say that. You mean the glue? You want to know how I make my prop without too much glue and excess of glue? I think there is a big mistake that a lot of people do on my props, and when you make props in general out of cardboard, especially when you are using a hot glue gun like that, air cats everywhere. Especially if you hot glue gun, because it stick everything. So if you have air cats that that's flying, it's gonna stuck directly on the hot glue gun, which is so annoying. Okay, and so the hot glue gun, the problem with the hot glue gun when you work with hot glue gun is that you tend to have a lot of remaining glue on the props at the end, and that's why I don't show that a lot into the tutorial videos, because it's quite annoying to see all the time. But actually I remove the surplus of glue, the excess of glue I have when I have excess of glue, with the tip of it. If I put a glue on edges and to glue two things together, and I have a surplus of glue that is exceeding the edges, once I'm just waiting a few seconds for the glue to to get a little bit colder, because of course it's very hot, and when it's cold I just remove it with my fingers. And if I haven't seen it and it's already hard and it's just not good because you see it exceeding the edges, I'm just taking the hot glue gun, the tip of it hot, and I remelt it again and I remove it with my fingers. So I do that pretty much everywhere, and so yeah. So I do that, and I think it's the best way for you to remove the glue you have on your props that is not that good at the end, especially if it's better to remove all of it. Okay, the next question from the farm. Oh man, no, it's itchy. I don't know why. Okay, next question. Mohammed is from again. That's the same question. Don't put the same question too much in the chat, in the form. I'm gonna see all of them anyway, so if you put them 3 times in a row, I'm gonna see the first one and then I'm gonna see the two second ones, so that's not helpful. That's not helping anyway. Okay, the next question is from Diego Ruz, and the question is, hi Raphael, most of your tutorials are aimed at the male audience. My suggestion, if you could make more accessories for women, maybe from Cara Dune, Bo-Katan, etc. Thank you. So that's a great question, and actually I've been thinking a lot about doing that, and I even one in my to-do list. Actually, I have Bo-Katan helmet on my to-do list, and I already, thought about, the introduction I would like to do, because usually I do stuff and they're on me, and of course I'm not a female, so I can do that. But I have a funny way. I think I thought about a funny way to do an introduction for that video, and I'm gonna do the Bo-Katan helmet in the future. So yeah, I planned about it, but I am also making a lot of male stuff on this YouTube channel, because I think I have a big proportion of male on this YouTube channel anyway, so they tend to work a little bit more on this channel, and of course that matters when you have to grow a YouTube channel. So there is that, but yeah, I will do more female stuff in the future. I have to. Because there are as well female here that want me to make female stuff, so I totally get that, and I will do that. Okay, so I have a good question in the chat. Have you ever had any scrapped cardboard templates you didn't use? So no, I haven't. I never made a prop. Yes, I made one prop out of cardboard that is not on my YouTube channel. It was when I just, like 4 years ago, before I started this YouTube channel, I started to make a prop from another YouTuber who's called The Magical Amazing. I made a gun out of cardboard, and because I was surprised that the quality of his props, and I didn't know that you could make such things out of cardboard, and I made this one, and it was something that I did like just for fun at the time. And then after that I did a bigger one, huge one from another YouTuber, which was the Terminator arm, and as a Christmas gift for my father. And yeah, everyone was so impressed by it, because no one think that you could make such things out of cardboard, and that's true. I was in that place myself before, and and that's after that. That's why I decided to make my own YouTube channel, to make my own stuff out of cardboard. But yeah. So yeah, I do more things for a female audience in the future. I'll have to. Next question is from Propway, and the question is, hey Raphael, do you know my channel? I will make Batman boots next. That's great. I don't know your channel, but that's great if you do that. Go for it. Next question is from Al Gaming 01 again, and the question is, what is your hardest prop to make? You mean from my tutorials or from? I think you mean from my tutorials. I think one of the hardest props you can make from my tutorial videos will be, I think, the Iron Man helmet is quite hard. I think I will probably remake it at some point, because I think I could have done it. I could have made it in a very easier way. At the time it was, I was trying stuff about how to make round shape out of cardboard, especially a helmet. I didn't know how to make them very efficiently. I started to make skeleton way after that, and now I'm using software to make a precise cut that you have to glue together, and you have directly the right shape without even making a skeleton. I do that for my recent, I'm doing that for my new helmet. But yeah, at the time I was trying to find out a way, and the best way I found at this time is to by layering layer of cardboard on top of each other, which works well if you follow the principle, and if you have enough cardboard, it's going to be quite efficient. But if you make a mistake with the thickness of the cardboard, for instance, and that kind of stuff, is gonna be, you're gonna have quite a different result, which is not what I want to do on this YouTube channel. So I think it's a pretty difficult one to make because of it. You really have to respect the thickness of the cardboard that is mentioned on the templates, because you have to know that there is a lot of instructions as well. Not a lot, but very important instructions in the templates as well, in addition to what I say in the tutorial videos, like the thickness of cardboard you have to use to make a specific piece. All thickness is always mentioned for every pieces on my template. Usually it's like 2 or 3 different types, but it's always mentioned. And the size is not mentioned because they are life size, so you just have to print them at 100. Sorry, you just have to print them at 100% of the scale, you know, and you have the right size. So yeah, but that's a good question. I think the hardest one is the Iron Man helmet and maybe the Terminator head here. Terminator head is not. I use as well the same technique, you know, by layering pieces of cardboard, and it works pretty well, I think. But it's gonna be a quite time-consuming one to make. If you want to make that one, you're gonna spend a lot of time to make because you have so many pieces to create, and at the end you have a lot of details to do. So that's a time-consuming one, and might be a little bit tricky for first time. If it's the first time that you want to make something out of cardboard, this one I think is not the best one to start with. I think, unless you're very passionate about it, because I think that's change everything. You have to know that if you choose to make one of my props because it's easy, but you don't really, you know, you don't really like it, you're not really into, you know, Star Wars stuff, or because I did a lot of Star Wars things on my YouTube channel, or, you know, you're not really into these props specifically, but you make it because it's easy, you're not gonna have an easy time to make it because it's gonna be quite difficult anyways. I don't do easy stuff here. So you're gonna spend hours and hours. Maybe even if it's an easy one, you're gonna work on it at least like a day or two. And if you don't like that much, it's not gonna be good for you. So if you know, so that's always what I'm saying. If you're very passionate about the props, even if it's a difficult one, I think I'd say go for it, because if you follow every steps, every instruction in the tutorial videos and in the templates, on the templates, you're gonna be okay. But yeah, I'm gonna drink a little bit because I'm already thirsty. Just Thomas, behave. Luis, I had to put you in timeout, probably because you spam, or I don't know what you did, but yeah, you have to behave in the chat here. Did Raphael pass my question? Why? I didn't pass your question. I've never passed the question. Instead, it was in the chat, and so I haven't seen it. In the chat, it's sometimes difficult to see the questions. And but if you put them in the form, I'm gonna answer it by the end of the live stream if I have the time. And so the next question is from Ali, and the question, Ali, was it you? I don't know. So the next question is from Ali, and so he made the Thor's hammer, and the question is, okay, react on. I don't know. So someone put a link. Apparently, someone reacted to one of my live streams. So Struggle Gazi, I don't know. So I will have a look. Thank you for that, Ali. I will have a look later after this live stream. Thank you. The next question is from okay, Mohamed Numan, your fan again, and the question is: have you made one of your prop templates free? Yes, there are some of them that are free. They are quite old ones, the small ones. I think the Star Trek Discovery badge is free. The Hunger Games spins, because I did the Hunger Games spins a while ago as well, I think it's free as well. And there are some of them that are free. And I will do more free stuff in the future when I can. Now it's just that it is pretty much the main source of income I had from this YouTube channel, because, you know, that's a lot of work. I'm working like, at the moment I'm working like 7 days a week on these props. You have to know that I don't even have weekends. I'm working all the time. I'm trying to take free time for me to, you know, to go cinemas and stuff, but it's difficult, because always when I'm do that, when I'm taking free time to go to the movie theater or something, I'm always like, you know, I'm wasting time, I have to do stuff. And, you know, there is something in my head that is weird, and I have to force myself to do, you know, just to have fun. And but the thing is that I have such fun with this YouTube channel, and, you know, the people I met through this YouTube channel, the event and that kind of stuff. So it's difficult for me to not work, but I have to force myself to do so. So yeah, so have you made some of my props free? Yeah, some of them were free in the past, and we will do more free stuff in the future when I have momentum and ways to make money from this YouTube channel. But now it's difficult to make these templates free, because that's basically what keep the light on. It, you know, allows me to make more of this stuff on YouTube, because YouTube doesn't pay much. You have to know that. So yeah, even when, you know, every YouTuber, big YouTuber, if you ask any YouTuber, I mean any YouTuber, you know, even Mr. Beast, he will say something like that. Mr. Beast, of course, I think per video is maybe making $10,000 or $15,000 per video from YouTube, which is huge. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know if it's that, but you know, it might be that. I think I heard something like this from one. He said that as a joke sometime. But for him, it's nothing. You know, if he made something like 15,000 from YouTube, it means that he's making like, you know, maybe 200 or 300,000 from everything that you have. You know, every source of income you have elsewhere. So that, of course, not my case at all. So, but that's the proportion. You know, YouTube, that's great that YouTube does. You have to know that that's great, because YouTube is one of the only platforms that really paid the YouTubers, you know, that really give something for the YouTubers in a very significant way. But that's more like, you know, to motivate you to start YouTube. Most YouTubers want to start YouTube because of it, because of that situation, because they feel like they're going to make a lot of money from YouTube. And when you're finally a YouTuber, you realize that no, you have to make money from something else, because it's not enough. Unless you're living maybe in a country where the level economic is a little bit lower, I don't know. But because I live in London, everything is expensive here, so I don't know. Okay, Raphaël, will you make Obi-Wan lightsaber for the new series? Question. Mais if you put the hashtag question, put them in hashtag in front of your question, because you have some look that I was able to see that, but you know, otherwise it doesn't serve the purpose. So the question I have, okay, Raphaël, will you make Obi-Wan lightsaber for the new series? So I will probably make the lightsaber, but not for the Obi-Wan series, because I plan to make another one for the Obi-Wan series, which is the Dark Vader helmet. Maybe I will do that after, I don't know, you know, as a follow-up to do another thing from the series. But yeah, for now, the one that is planned, that is on my to-do list, is the Darth Vader helmet. And I want to make it in 3 parts. It's gonna be one of the most challenging props I will ever made on this YouTube channel. And I already started working on it for a while, actually, on my computer and stuff. I have 3D models, and I'm doing the templates, and so it's gonna be not an easy prop, but you know, if you follow, as usual, if you follow all the instructions in the tutorial videos, if you follow the instructions on the templates, and you take the time to make the stuff correctly, you will end up with the same props as me. I saw people every day making the props I do on this YouTube channel, which blows my mind. And to be honest, that's comfort me about the stuff I do, because I realize that, you know, I'm not doing such bad stuff, bad work, because you're able to reproduce the things I do. And I've seen people making the T-Rex head in a week with my templates, and some of them told me that it was the first time they were making anything like that, which blows my mind, because it took me a month and a half to create this one. And I'm used to that. And thanks to the templates and these tutorial videos, some people made the T-Rex head in a week, and it was the first time they were making anything like that out of cardboard. Crazy. So that's why I really enjoy the stuff I do on this YouTube channel. But yeah, I lose my train of thought. So yeah, so I will probably make the Obi-Wan lightsaber at some point. So okay, Stormtrooper armor. Hasta la vista, kitten. He's always, I don't know, I'm not even hearing him at the moment, because you know, I'm so used to hear my cats, you know, making noise, that, you know, I'm not, are they making noise at the moment? Question, another question from I'm not able to pronounce your name. I think I don't know how your name, sorry about that, Ayak something, sorry. So your question is, hey Raphael, are you going to make the Mando helmet template for free? You might remember me when I asked the same question a while ago. I listened to you, so now I put the hashtag on the front. Okay, so that's great. So I'm glad that you hear what I said earlier. That's the right way to ask your question in the chat. Yeah, maybe at some point, as I said, maybe at some point I will do some of my props free. Maybe I will do some promotion, or you know, like a 2 or 3 hours deal where you can have some of my props for my templates for free. I will do something like that probably in the future. Raphael has commented that Dragon's Head and the Falcon have been great challenges. Yeah, the Dragon's Head and the Falcon, and the T-Rex Head as well, actually. As I said, the T-Rex Head took me a month and a half to create from scratch, which is you have to know, as I said, which is always the case for me, because I'm doing everything from scratch. I'm working on every PC, so I have to design everything, but you have the templates. I provide the templates for that reason, and the work I do with these templates, it prevents you from doing about 70% of the job I do on these props. And that's why I said earlier that I've seen people making the T-Rex head in a week, and they told me it was the first time they were making anything like that, which is crazy, because I used to do that stuff a lot to make this stuff, and this one took me a month and a half, and I'm doing it like I'm working 7 days a week on it. At some point I was like working 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, because I have to create everything, and it was very tricky to do, and I was so annoying that it was taking so much time. But the worst was this one. The Dragon's Head took me like 2 months and a half. And at the end, I was like, no. Because, my goal here on this YouTube channel is to post at least 2 tutorials a month. I'd like to post 1 tutorial a week. I know that it's not possible at the moment. Maybe in the future it will. And so when a prop is taking me more than a month, that's very, very bothering me, because I'm like, my YouTube is like, dropping the views and everything, because I'm not posting any more videos. I'm working on a prop, and huge prop, and this one took me 2 months and a half. So there was at some point 2 months and a half I wasn't able to post any tutorial videos on my YouTube channel because of this one, and so that's very annoying when it has happened. But I was like, that's okay, because the T-Rex Head he's the best performing videos I ever made on this YouTube channel. So I was like, Dragon's Head might be the same thing, the best videos I ever made on this YouTube channel. And it didn't tank, but it wasn't a bomb, but it didn't work very well. I was so disappointed, because I worked on 2 months and a half on this one, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's it. So at some point, that's where I decided not to make more things that are that huge and that are taking me that much of amount of time on this YouTube channel, because if it doesn't work, it's not worth it. Unless for the dinosaur stuff, because dinosaur stuff tend to work always very well on this YouTube channel. So maybe I will make big head, dinosaur head again. But it's gonna be dinosaur, that kind of thing. Okay. So I have another question in the form. The next question in the form is from AlGaming01, and the question is: have you heard of my friend's YouTube channel Lamaxius? He makes songs and he's really good at it. Check it out. I will check it out. Thank you for the suggestion, the recommendations. Question: did you get to see our animation of you yet? I don't know. I didn't see it, but yeah, maybe I will have a look on it. Is it on your channel? If it's on the channel, I will have a look. Okay, so yeah, do you have questions in the chat? Katanos. Yeah. And by the way, let me know in the chat where you are watching this live stream from, guys. I want to know where you are watching this live stream from now. I'm in London. I know that I have a terrific French accent, but actually I live in London, and so I'm doing this live stream from London. I have 4 cats. And most of them are here. Most of them they are in this room. They're always around me when I'm, because they want. I don't know, cats. Most people think that cats are, cold, and especially when they don't know how cats are. But they are, and they're always with me when I'm somewhere in the apartment, because they need, they need to be close to me, which is cute. Okay. I am watching from India, bro. Can you give me a shout out? Bal wants Carol. This is your shout out. I have to get up at 5 to watch. That's very, very early. Where are you watching this live stream from? Dig It Animations. Because here it's 4 p.m. in the afternoon. In London, in the UK. Because I live in the UK, so. Hey Raphael, ever had any plans on making a new Batmobile? Yeah, I've been thinking about it. It would be great to make the new Batmobile. I don't know if I will, but I definitely think about it. And I made one already. I made I made the Tumblr from the Dark Knight. The Tumblr, and but it didn't perform very well. But it was old videos, and I wasn't making the videos the same way as I do now. So maybe I should make another one. Yeah, so I definitely think about it. Question: what was the hardest prop to make? I already answered to that question. I think you put that question in the chat already, in the form already, didn't you? Question was the hardest props to make. I already answered that question earlier in this live stream, so I'm not gonna answer it again. But don't hesitate to go back. Maybe I think it was like 20 minutes ago in this live stream. So yeah. I am watching this from Connecticut. That's awesome. AlGaming1. Connecticut. What time is it in Connecticut? Let me know. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna drink a little bit. Do you love your job? Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wouldn't do YouTube. I wouldn't be a YouTuber. For me, I think it's a waste of. It's my opinion, and I know that it's not always possible for everyone because some people have to work hard to put food on the table, and it's not always easy for everyone in the world. But when you are in the situation when you can, studies and take the time to learn a job, I think it's very important to train yourself to make something that you love and to make money from it. Before YouTube, I was a steady camera operator in the movie industry, and I loved that. I was very enjoying to be a steady camera operator in Paris for 15 years, and I also directed a few short movies on my own. And I'm gonna do another one. By the way, I'm gonna direct another short movie soon. I'm working on the writing at the moment, and so yeah, it's a great thing. So and I wouldn't like to be, to work in something like 5 to 9, 5 days a week from Monday to Friday, that kind of, with a job that you hate, because a lot of people are doing that. I know a lot of my friends have that kind of jobs. They are waiting the weekends to just to forget the week, and they are so depressed when Sunday night when they have to go back to the work. So I really don't want to do that, and that's why I'm a YouTuber now, and I use it to work in the movie industries, because I wanted to make something creative that make me feel like I'm doing something for the authors creatively. It's very important for me. That's why I love YouTube, because even if it's not related to, it is related to movies, because this channel is all about making props from movies and TV shows. But it's not directed movies. I'm not really directed films. But it's creative. It's I'm in contact with you guys that are most of you are cinema lovers as well. You love Star Wars, you love Marvel, you love that kind of stuff, and that's very cool for me. That's very very fun for me to be able to work and making a living from that YouTube channel doing that. That's awesome. It is 1856 in Greece, and the sun is almost about set. Okay, so you're from Greece. That's cool. That's why, because I wasn't able to find out what type of grammatical, your name, because I'm not able to read Greece, so I didn't know what it is. Okay, so you're from Greece. Okay, that's cool. Okay. Black 44 Shutter say hello. I am a big fan of your art. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Benjamin Russell, you should make a proton pack from Ghostbusters. Yeah, I should, and I've been thinking about it, but it's there are a lot of stuff to make on the proton pack, because it's quite big and you have a lot of tubes, and because I'm on this YouTube channel, I do step-by-step videos. Not like a lot of YouTubers like Odin Makes or Sean Craft. They are amazing, they are great. I love their channel, but they are not doing step-by-step videos, which make all of everything way easier for them to make videos, because they don't have to explain everything. They explain the overall thing, they put some basic templates, and that's about it, which is great. That's okay. I love that. But my channel is not about that. My channel is about me working for you to be able to reproduce high-level props out of cardboard in your home thanks to the templates. And for that, I'm doing step-by-step videos. So doing a proton, a Ghostbuster proton pack, I will have to explain everything: tubes, how to read the tubes, the wirings. So there are a lot of things, and I'm a little bit afraid that it's gonna be like a 40 or 50-minute videos, which is gonna not be good on YouTube, because long videos like that usually on my YouTube channel doesn't work that well. Maybe I could do it in several parts, maybe in 2 parts, something like that. I will think about it. If there is a demand for that, I will do that. But yeah, I would love to make that, because I'm a big fan of the Ghostbuster, the first one, of course, not the latest one. The very new one is not bad. You have the 3 actors that do a cameo in it, and that's great. But I think they lost a lot of things in the process here. That's too bad. I don't know if you get what I've just said, because it's so awful. Hey, everyone is going far away. Don't go away, guys. Stay here. We have a lot of stuff. Actually, I'm gonna wrap this live stream up, so you can go away actually if you want to. So I just, before wrapping this live stream up, I'd like to let you know, I think probably you know that already because it's been on the bottom of the live stream, on the bottom of the screen for a while now. I'm doing a promotion at the moment on my props, which is basically if you buy 2 props templates or more, using the promo code EPIC in all caps, you get 20% off on everything. So yeah, 2 props templates or more on my Shopify. You buy 2 props templates or more on my Shopify using the promo code EPIC in all caps, and you get 20% off on everything you get on my YouTube channel, which is a promo I'm doing at the moment, because I know that some people, you know, it might be difficult for you to buy stuff, and unfortunately, as I said earlier in this live stream, I can't make them for free because otherwise I would have to stop doing all of this. So there is this promotion if you want to get some and to have a discount on them. And okay, so it was great to talk with you. I'd like to thank Luis Orozco for moderating this live stream today. Even if you came a little bit late, don't worry about that. That's totally fine. Even if one day you don't want to come to jump it because you have something else to do, that's okay. Don't worry. Of course, I love when you're here because the chat is way cleaner and the live stream is is better. But yeah, that's great. That was great to have you today, and I'd like to thank every one of you for stepping by. I hope I'll be able to see you next week on the same day, on Wednesday at 11 AM Western Time. As I said, don't hesitate to check out in the description box below my discount on my templates if you want to buy some at a reduced price. And so yeah, so I hope I'll be able to see you next week, and don't forget there is something awesome in your cardboard boxes. See you next time, guys. Bye everyone. Bye Zamali 4455, the real Jedi, Zayed Ali, the real Jedi. Okay, the assembler. Bye the assemblers. It was great to have you here. Punchal Kashayap, Al Gaming Zeran. That was great to have you here as well. Mongo. Okay, a lot of people was there. That's so cool. Okay, so bye everyone, and yeah, stay safe and see you next week. Where is the button? The button is here.